at this angle. I'm just going to teach you how to properly grip right now, and then we can mimic the draw, okay? So where I want to do is I want to come up at this angle, and I want to pull the fingers out, and I want to do this movement right here, okay? So I'm kind of scooping up. So as I do this movement, my hand goes high up on what? The beaver tail, right? The beaver tail right here. I want to get high up on the beaver tail. If I have this much space, I don't have control of that gun. I want high on that pistol. I want to get up high on the pistol. All right, high on the grip of the gun. What I'm doing with this movement right here is I'm feeding this thumb up, so it's almost pressing up against the beaver tail now, right? Up against the beaver tail. And then notice how this spot's all clear now, this pocket, right? What I want to do is I want to take my finger, I want to point towards the target, right? And I want to go into this gap right here. Notice how when I say I want to point my finger towards the target, and I want to go into that gap right here like this. Why am I doing that? It's because this is structure on a gun. See, structure on a gun? If I break this right here just like this, so empty gun, structure on a gun, see it? Thumbs forward to target. If I break like this, notice how my knuckle line, my wrist line broke? Just this movement to this movement. This movement to this movement. This movement, what it does is the recoil is going to go to the path of what? Least resistance. So if I break my wrist line, what am I doing? Right? I'm creating that recoil. That gun's going to start snapping back. If you have a weak wrist today, what's going to happen is rounds are going to start popping you like those shells, or it's going to start hitting you in the forehead, start hitting you in the freaking cap, right? If that happens, you got a weak wrist. And you need to work on that wrist. So how you do that is just point your wrist towards the target and have bone structure. Or think about when you're punching somebody, all right? If you don't have proper structure in a punch, it's just going to break your wrist line, right? So you want proper structure on that. With that too is I want to, with this drive hand and this hand doing this, right? What I'm doing too is I'm choking, I'm doing I call it breaking the gun. So after I get a good grip, then I'm going to break the gun. What I'm doing when I say clear gun, guys, what I'm doing when I break the gun is what? I'm clamping just the top portion of the pistol. So as I break the gun, it's clamping just that top portion of the pistol. Make sense? Okay. Also, some of you guys are gonna come out like this. See, I don't have palm behind the pistol. I want palm behind the pistol. Okay, so if I have palm behind the pistol, it enters like this. If I have no palm and my knuckle is here, what's going to happen? Is recoiling right into my knuckle, right? If I come here and palm, where's that recoil going to enter? My body. I want it to enter my body, and I want to muffle out. And if my shoulders are not stiff, what's going to happen? Think about it like martial art. Think about when somebody's hitting you, you're soft, it's just going to move through you. But if you're stiff, that impact's going to be harder, same with a gun. If you're stiff on your shoulders, you're going to start getting rocked back. So 1, 2, 3, over my dominant, and then 4. Okay, over my dominant. Notice how I'm going to a high compress. This is called high compress. This is called what? Suli, right? Suli, high compress. Okay, Suli. Okay, so on a high compress, what's that give me? It gives me that same path where this dot is dropping from 12 onto threat, 12 onto, so I know where roughly that dot's going to track to. I know roughly where my front sight is going to track to. If I have front sight here, I could track, so the front sight's right here. As I bring it out, I could track that front sight all the way to threat. Understand? And I need it to dominate, I need it to line up to my dominant eye. So position 1, 2, over dominant, 4. So if I tell you bring it to position 3, you're bringing it back to position 3, 4, fire. What we're going to do on this initial drill is we're going to engage 3 rounds per box. 3 rounds per box. If you have 2 rounds per box and you miss the 3rd round, I want you to put 3 rounds per box. Okay? Some guys put 1 round and they miss all the rest. Give me 3 rounds per box, please. Eyes, ears. All right, upper deck 1. I'm taking it to the knuckle line. Any questions? Very easy drill. Go slower than that, okay? 3 rounds per box. All right, so now the size of the target increased. The distance to the target is still the same, and the shooter's ability. Do you think, okay, on a pistol gunfight, right? A gunfight with a pistol, how long does usually a pistol fight last, statistically? National statistics.
5 seconds.
3 seconds. But good. I like the 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds. It's very fast engagements. So if I say a gunfight lasts 3 to 5 seconds, and you're going to need to engage that threat in 3 seconds, if it takes you 2 seconds to even pull out your gun out of holster, then you're behind on time. Understand this? So you have a time standard. And usually my time standard goes off on the statistics. What is the statistics, right? So in a gunfight at 7 yards, if it's 3 seconds less, I'm going to need to engage that threat, okay? All right, so now I put you on a 5-inch box, a 5-inch box, 7 yards, and you're going to put 5 rounds in the box. And you're going to pull it back to a 3 o'clock position. So 5, boom, boom, boom. You can pull it back to 3 o'clock, and then you're going to come back out on a 4 presentation, right? So bring it back to position 3, come back out to position 4, 5 rounds, bring it back to position 3, bring it back out to position 4. I'm going to demonstrate. All right, so demo, left side. Nice and slow, I'm going to bring it out. Just 5 rounds. 5 rounds. Start picking up the pace. Any questions? Just notice how I'm start picking up the pace, start picking up the pace. If you're pulling it out at 5, slow it back down. This is how you adjust your speed. Okay, any questions? 5 rounds, bring it back, 5 rounds, bring it back. Okay, online, load and make ready. Five round speed. Try to find that rhythm first, okay? 5 rounds, stand by, go.